Let's start by understanding what ethics really means. Ethics is a set of moral principles that guide our behavior and help us distinguish right from wrong. It's not just about following laws or rules, but about considering what's fair, just, and respectful to others. In every aspect of life, from business to personal relationships, ethics plays a crucial role. When we talk about ethical decision making, we're referring to the process of evaluating and choosing among alternatives in a manner consistent with ethical principles. This foundation is essential for building trust and credibility in any environment. Ethics matter because they shape the culture and reputation of organizations and individuals alike. When people make ethical decisions, they foster trust, respect, and cooperation. Imagine a workplace where honesty and integrity are valued, employees feel safe, customers are loyal, and the community benefits. On the other hand, unethical choices can lead to scandals, legal trouble, and a loss of trust that's hard to rebuild. That's why understanding and applying ethical principles is so important in our daily lives and professional environments. Ethical decision making is the process of evaluating options and making choices that align with ethical values. It's not always easy, especially when faced with conflicting interests or unclear outcomes. The goal is to act in ways that are honest, fair, and beneficial to all stakeholders. This process often involves considering the impact of your decisions on others, weighing the pros and cons, and sometimes even seeking advice from trusted colleagues or mentors. Ultimately, ethical decision making is about doing the right thing, even when it's difficult. We all face ethical dilemmas at some point. These are situations where the right choice isn't always clear, and you might have to choose between two equally important values. For example, you might have to decide between telling the truth and protecting someone's feelings, or between loyalty to a friend and honesty at work. These dilemmas test our values and require careful thought. Recognizing ethical dilemmas is the first step toward making better decisions. Personal values play a huge role in ethical decision-making. Values like honesty, loyalty, fairness, and respect shape the way we see the world and influence our choices. When faced with a tough decision, it's helpful to reflect on what matters most to you. Sometimes values can conflict, and that's when ethical dilemmas arise. Being aware of your core values helps you navigate these situations with greater clarity and confidence. There are several key principles that guide ethical decision-making. These include honesty, integrity, fairness, respect, and responsibility. By keeping these principles in mind, you can evaluate your options more effectively. For instance, ask yourself, is this action honest? Does it treat everyone fairly? Am I taking responsibility for the outcome? These questions help ensure your decisions align with ethical standards. Making ethical decisions is a step-by-step process. First, identify the problem or dilemma. Next, gather all relevant information and consider the possible options. Then evaluate each option based on ethical principles and potential consequences. After that, make your decision and take action. Finally, reflect on the outcome and learn from the experience. This structured approach helps ensure your choices are thoughtful and responsible. Stakeholders are anyone who might be affected by your decision. This could include colleagues, customers, family members, or the wider community. Considering the perspectives and interests of all stakeholders is a key part of ethical decision-making. It helps you anticipate the impact of your choices and avoid unintended consequences. Always ask yourself, who will be affected by this decision and how? In making ethical decisions, it's important to think about both short-term and long-term consequences. Sometimes, a choice that seems beneficial now can have negative effects later. For example, cutting corners might save time today but damage your reputation in the future. Weighing both immediate and future outcomes helps you make more responsible decisions that stand the test of time. No one has all the answers, especially when it comes to complex ethical dilemmas. It's wise to seek guidance from mentors, colleagues, or ethical guidelines within your organization. Discussing your options with others can provide new perspectives and help you see the bigger picture. Don't be afraid to ask for advice when you're unsure. Collaboration often leads to better decisions. Many organizations have codes of conduct or ethical guidelines to help employees navigate difficult decisions. These policies provide a framework for expected behavior and clarify what's acceptable. Familiarizing yourself with your company's policies can make it easier to act ethically, especially in challenging situations. When in doubt, refer to these guidelines for support. Culture shapes our understanding of what's ethical. Different societies and organizations may have different norms and expectations. Being aware of cultural influences helps you navigate ethical decisions in a globalized world. It's important to respect diversity while staying true to universal ethical principles like honesty and respect. Balancing these factors can be challenging, but is essential for responsible decision-making. Unethical decisions can have serious consequences, both for individuals and organizations. These might include legal penalties, damaged reputations, lost business, or broken relationships. The cost of unethical behavior often far outweighs any short-term gain. That's why it's so important to prioritize ethics in every decision you make. Whistleblowing is a classic example of ethical decision-making in action. When someone exposes wrongdoing within an organization, they often face tough choices between loyalty to their employer and the need to do what's right. Whistleblowers play a vital role in maintaining accountability and transparency, but their actions can come with personal and professional risks. This case highlights the complexity and importance of ethical decision. Leaders set the tone for ethical behavior in any organization. When leaders act with integrity and fairness, they inspire others to do the same. Ethical leadership involves making tough choices, being transparent, and holding yourself accountable. By modeling ethical behavior, leaders create a culture where everyone feels empowered to do the right thing. Ethical decision-making isn't just for big business or dramatic situations, it's part of our everyday lives. From being honest with friends to returning lost items, small choices add up to a life of integrity. Practicing ethics daily builds character and strengthens relationships, making it easier to handle bigger dilemmas when they arise. Peer pressure can make ethical decision-making more challenging. Sometimes the desire to fit in or please others can lead us to compromise our values. It's important to recognize these influences and stay true to your principles even when it's difficult. Standing up for what's right often earns respect in the long run. Conflict of interest occurs when personal interests could influence your professional decisions. These situations require extra care to ensure your choices remain fair and unbiased. Disclosing potential conflicts and recusing yourself from certain decisions can help maintain trust and integrity. Being transparent about your decisions and taking responsibility for the outcomes are key aspects of ethical behavior. Transparency builds trust, while accountability ensures that you learn from mistakes and continuously improve. These qualities are essential for ethical leadership and effective teamwork. The Golden Rule, treat others as you want to be treated, is a simple yet powerful guide for ethical decision-making. By putting yourself in others' shoes, you can better understand the impact of your choices and act with empathy and fairness. This timeless principle applies in every situation, big or small. As technology advances, new ethical challenges arise. Issues like data privacy, artificial intelligence, and online behavior require careful consideration. It's important to stay informed about these topics and apply ethical principles to new situations. Responsible use of technology benefits everyone and helps prevent harm. Everyone makes mistakes, but ethical decision-making includes taking responsibility and making amends when things go wrong. Apologizing, correcting errors, and learning from the experience are all part of ethical growth. This approach not only repairs relationships but also strengthens your reputation and self-respect. Clear and honest communication is essential for ethical decision-making. Misunderstandings or misrepresentations can lead to poor choices and damaged relationships. Always strive for transparency, listen actively, and express your thoughts respectfully. Ethical communication builds trust and helps resolve conflicts effectively. Taking time to reflect on your decisions and their outcomes is a valuable part of ethical growth. Reflection helps you learn from experience, recognize patterns, and improve future choices. It's a habit that encourages continuous improvement and deeper self-awareness. Working with others often involves shared decision-making. Ethical teamwork means respecting diverse opinions, being honest about challenges, and supporting each other in doing what's right. Teams that prioritize ethics are more effective, creative, and resilient in the face of challenges. Ethical decision-making extends beyond personal or organizational interests. It includes considering the broader impact on society and the environment. Social responsibility means acting in ways that benefit the community and protect the planet. This perspective encourages sustainable and ethical choices. Sometimes, we're unaware of our own biases or blind spots that affect our decisions. It's important to seek feedback, question assumptions, and stay open to new information. Overcoming blind spots leads to more ethical and balanced choices. During a crisis, ethical decision-making becomes even more critical. High-pressure situations can tempt people to cut corners or ignore principles. Staying committed to ethics, even when it's tough, helps organizations and individuals emerge stronger and more respected. Ethical decision-making is a lifelong journey. Laws, norms, and expectations change over time, so it's important to keep learning and adapting. Attend workshops, read about current issues, and engage in discussions to stay informed and improve your ethical judgment. Wrap up: ethical decision-making is about more than just following rules. It's about acting with integrity, considering the impact of your choices, and striving to do what's right. By understanding ethical principles, reflecting on your values, and seeking guidance when needed, you can make better decisions in every area of life. Remember, ethics is a journey, not a destination, and every choice counts.